Now I'm going to use a number B200 smooth beveler. I'm going to use that to do the eyes now. I will very carefully tip it forward, strike lightly, and just open up the cut on the eye. And we'll do the same thing to the other eye. Very carefully and very lightly. All we're trying to do is round the eyeball. Now I'm going to use the modeling tool with the pointed spoons, and I will do this to round the eyeballs and to push down in the corners where the tear ducts would be. I'm doing this very carefully because I do not want to flatten out these eyeballs. And you can see the difference between the two now. And we'll do the same thing to this other one. I will push down in the corners. Get that in there fairly deep. Then I will just round it off ever so slightly and push those corners down. We can use this also to put a little skin ridge underneath each of the eyeballs. After the eyes, we will use this same modeling tool to smooth out the beveling on the face. And we'll also use it to bevel the whiskers. Now, I'm just going to lightly bevel on the outside of all the whiskers with this modeling tool. And we'll turn it and bevel the other side of each of the whiskers. Now we'll do the same thing to the other side of the face. And the whiskers on the other side. And this is how our tiger looks to this point. We will now continue by doing a lot more beveling with the pointed bevelers. I'm going to start with the F976 pointed beveler, which has got a checkered surface on it. I'm going to use this along the top of the head. And notice I'm going right along the cuts that we made earlier. Make sure you point the tool in the right direction so that the little points of the hair go in the proper direction. We'll use the same tool now on the inner part of the ear. also use it on the other ear in the same manner. Next, we will do a lot of beveling with the number 902. It's actually the F902 pointed beveler. We'll do most of the beveling around the edges where all these hair endings are, under the muzzle, and of course around the other side. And we'll start by tipping it forward some, so that we can form these hair endings underneath the muzzle. We'll do that all around. And we'll do it very carefully in between the whiskers, very carefully. We'll also do it around the bottom of the mouth with this same tool. And as you can see, this is now separates the muzzle from the lower part of the mouth. We will continue with this tool all the way around. Here we'll again need to be careful in between the whiskers. And again, tip it forward so that you're using just the tip of the tool and creating all these hair endings. The angle of the tool is also important. And around the outer edge now, we will go a little deeper. You'll notice tool marks along this outer edge. That's not a concern because later on we will definitely do something. Now here, as I get onto the face, I'm leaning it a little more forward and not striking as hard. We'll do the same thing with these other ones here on the face. Now we will do the same thing to the other side of the face. And this is how our face looks after we have finished most of the beveling. In a review, we used the 902 very pointed one in most of these areas. Top of the head, we used the 910, which is a pointed one with a checkered surface. And for the most part, all the other beveling was done with the 902. We'll now start with the herring process.